Good morning, everybody. Nice to see a couple of you there. Good morning, good morning. Hey, so if you're at home and you're just doing your final bits and pieces, getting set up, I'm going to get started with a couple of pre-stretches, so feel free to join in. But just officially know when you're trying to speed through and you're doing a read run, usually it's that hundreds position is the official start of class. So I'm going to get a wee crack on today. For those who are joining who are new, this is actually the last Pilates Mat live that City Fitness will be doing through this time of lockdown. We've been providing these online streaming, and it's been really enjoyable. A few of you have been coming along for the journey with me, and I'm hoping you've found a love for Pilates and what it's doing for your body. It really does stretch you, of course, but it does strengthen you from the inside out, and no muscle gets left unturned. So I am going to get a little start on. A little wee tip for a lot of our range of motions that we need to put our bodies into is our breath work. It really does help. As lungs are big, full sacs of air, we've got to learn how to purge the air away and out of our body, allow room for folding perhaps, and also breath in. Really does help with your concentration and just centering in your body. So just while you're starting, put the heels of your hands on your upper outer ribs. We call this lateral breath work. You want to feel tall and long over your own pelvis, and as you breathe in, you should feel these doing a lateral expansion. So breathe in here, guys. Like an accordion, as you exhale, you're going to try and cinch in the waist and firm everything up. And like you're blowing a balloon, that last little bit that takes a little bit of muscular assistance to help blow out the lower lobes, that's what you want to aim for, that feeling. So breath in. And exhale, these should start to shrink back in. And of course, this is going to be your zip here, the navel back into your spine. So everything's pulling in, kind of like that corset hourglass shape. So we'll be doing that movement with our breath work and our exercises. Just a little neck and head shoulder one here, guys. Pull this arm from behind, help stretch out the top of those shoulders and neck muscles. Just a little ear lowering to the shoulder. We don't realize how much tension we hold there sometimes. And a little bit over here. That's it. Find the fingers to the front, friends, nod the nose down. Round those shoulders, but pull just very quietly the shoulder blades downwards, not too much. Just separate those shoulder blades and then come back up. Hold your trunk up, bind the hands from behind, send the hands long from behind your back. This is a lovely stretch across your chest and your shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Breath in here. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Now we'll be doing those breath cues along the way, and even though it sounds noisy, it'll be worth it. So let's get started. I want those legs up into tabletop. And this is really just where your legs are at 90 degrees here. Keep the knees over your hips. Keep down comfy, guys. You want to keep that rib cage to hip connection. That just means you feel like they're pointing down, being very aware of these two sides of your abdominals. I want you to practice pulling up your head, neck, and shoulders. As you look down to your top, just separate those toes and squeeze the heels inwards. Now remember, we've got that tennis ball under our chin. We don't want to jump the chin forward. We want the abdominals to lift the entire upper chest. Curl up 2 more times.
Shortening this distance here to there. Back down. Last one, guys. Curl up. Empty that air out. It's worth it. One more time. We're going to prepare for your hundreds. Curling up, lifting up, holding up. Keep that static isometric hold. Extend the leg should you want to. If you're getting a bit stronger out there, start pumping arms. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5 arm beats. Inhale for 5 arm beats. Exhale. Find that rhythm anyway for your body. Retract the legs a little bit to make it not so intense. Same with the holding of the head. But really we need to keep pumping those arms, firing up the heart rate just a little bit and the whole of the body. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Squeeze the thighs inwards. Keep those shoulder blades lifted, everybody. 2 more breath cycles here. Last one. Legs are going to go vertical. Stay lifted with the head. Keep reaching forward with the arms. And then heads down, arms out wide. Make a couple of rugby posts with your arms. Bend one leg and straight away rotate to one side of your body. You want to do it on the short side of that leg. That's your direction. Imprint your middle spine, guys, into the middle of the mat as you return to center. Switch the legs. Regulate your breath work. These are actually super effective for shaping your waist more than what those front abdominal ones would be. So if this is the waistline you want to shrink and whittle away, these are very effective at toning and pulling those muscles. It's a great way to kind of wake up that middle spine that can often be very sticky and not wanting to move a little bit. We want that mobility in our spine for rotation. Keep those shoulder blades down from behind. And then exhale. We're going to do 2 more. For you folks at home on advance, do the 2 legs. Keep the heels the same height as each other if you can. That way the inside part of your pelvis, those sacroiliac joints, are not going to be strained too much. Last one. Now, if you are new to rolling up in Pilates, you're going to do a seated position now. The rest of us have been practicing this over the last 6 weeks. Let's reach out those arms behind you. Lift the rib cage in a horrible lift. Then slightly settle it into the mat. Remember, we want ribs facing hips. Flare the toes up. We're rolling up to our toes. Begin. Now do just a halfway roll back, or I'm going to show you again the pirate way of doing it. And it could be one arm, elbow assist. Because everybody, you know, you could have been spending hours in the garden yesterday, you're a bit tight and sore. So you've got to honour your body there where it's at. So your option here, can you grab the legs? The idea of it, though, is that you're trying to flex the spine. And beginner, where you've got something wrong with the spine, you're doing a partial roll to here, and then coming up. The rest of us, we've got 2 more full roll-ups, so get that fold on, get the knees onto the floor. You're thinking about the vertebrae coming down one bone at a body. There's the reach, rib cage to hips, toes are flared, exhale. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Last one, guys. You probably feel your britches are moving a little bit, but that's really quite normal. Yay for high-waisted pants, eh? Whew. Right, let's tone the tops of those thighs. We've got leg circles. Position your body down, arms to your sides, shoulders relaxed. Extending one leg up high, and you can have the leg flat. If you're rocking in your hips, please bend that supporting leg, okay? Start those circles across the body line. We have 8. Let's get some pace today. 7. And 6. Big emphasis on the full stop at the top. And of course, going across the center line of your body. Keep your ribs absolutely dead still, team. Those inner stabilizers firing on while we, particularly the psoas muscles, starts with P. Yes. 3 more. And 2. The range can be entirely up to you. The heat gets in there pretty quick. So no rest for the weary, we go the other way. We have 8. And 7. So play around the size of range, guys. But it could be a little size at the top. It could be a big hula hoop, round and up. But keep this side down, guys. Keep it really sort of stable, not moving too much. Let's do 1 more here. Hug the knee in for a little bit of a reprieve here. Do whatever you must, just a few seconds. Particularly the breath. Transition with a bit of focus and discipline. So stretch the leg down. Get quite methodical, quite disciplined in the shapes, how you reset your foundation side too. Organize your body, and we begin the side here. 8 times. A little turn out of the legs, really good to stop the top of the head biting. Calming down the breath work as you exhale. It should be where your leg is the heaviest. 3 more. 2. Notice the shoulders. Palms are flat to the floor. Going the other way. All right, guys. You can even grab through the pelvic floors here. 6 more. Pushing out through that left heel. Toes are facing the ceiling. Inner thighs leading the way across to the other side. 2 more. Here's the lucky last one. Maybe go a little bit slower. And then pull into the chest. All right, we're going to send both legs down to the bottom while rolling like a ball. Point your toes forward. At the same time, lock in this lower abdominal area so you can bring your legs up to your chest at the same time. Bring them all the way in. Feel like you're doing a little pelvic tilt. Then you lift your chest up, look straight down to the gap of your legs. Elbows wide, hands across the ankles. Stay really tight, but resist up against your own arms and legs. Rock away, rock away. Couple more. And then swing all the way to the top to balance. Don't touch the floor, don't touch the floor, don't touch the floor. Roll back halfway, come back up. This is when you get a little bit stronger in your abs. It's when you just go to the halfway point. Want to keep that flat part of your back rounded. 4. 3. Keep the heels close here. Tie them in. Don't let them flick away. Same with the head. Keep everything curled into its space. 2. Come on, guys. Ram that belly button into your spine. Land the feet down and straight away lift up. Toes stay lifted, team. So toes stay up. Come down. Tilt the pelvis. A little pause. Let's get back into the stillness of it and the discipline of motion with control. Lift up, but don't swing the arms. So this today may be you slowing down. It's not about the lift of the arms. It's about all of these shapes here. Tilt under. Lift the torso. Bit of a shoulder stretch. 2 more. Preparing for your abdominal series. Fire on those abs, guys. This is your power housing, okay? That keeps all the other limbs in our bodies safe and secure. Really rotate that pelvis under. Lay the spine down. Get all the way through the lower back first. Resist with your arms like you're holding onto a pair of reins. Come on, this is worth it. Down, 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 and release. Lift your legs up for me, tabletop. I'm just going to go at a bit more of an angle here. Hug this knee into your chest, but I want today, we've been doing this one, I just want you to do a double pulse today. So if we lift up the shoulders, look straight down, double pulse, switch out. You want to feel like you're massaging your insides by pressing quite hard out those thighs onto your tummy. Elbows are flared wide. Feel your sacrum and your tailbone down on the floor in a neutral stance. Lift up, team. We're going to go till I feel it. You're a bit worried. All right, from here, 5 and 4, 3. How's the breathing going? 2. Last one here. Do the other leg. Head down, feet together, knees together. Breath in, exhale, straight back off. Check out the arms and legs. Double straight legs stretching away. Arms will come back in. We'll come around here. Lifting up and holding up. I want the head staying lifted. Reach. Flatten the tummy and around. I want you to pretend the little kitty's about to tickle your tummy. And the way you brace yourself here is what I want you to do. Here's what I don't want you to do. Hurt your neck. Keep it lifted. 3. Circle wide. Really dramatize the way those knees come back into you. Slow, like the 2 tons. You can feel the pull in the lower abs. Yes, 1 more. There's your reach in. Exhale. Rest your heads down for a second, legs lift. 3 more to go. Hands up to the top right ankle. Lift the leg right. Now yours may be looking a little bit like that. It's totally fine. You do you. Double, 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 double. Take a pause if there's things going on in the back of your neck. Give yourself a stretch. Ready to get back into the abdominal series. You're in an isometric hold. Come on, let's reach up. Or knock it with your fingers. Pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse. Stretch up the arms. Pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3. We're talking seconds here. 2, 1. Feet top. At the top. Flex the toes. Heads down. Hands behind your head. 2 more. Ribs tend to really burst open here, so I want you to close them in. Shut shop right here. Legs will reach away. 2, 3. Come up quickly. This is so you don't lift the tailbone. I really want you to make sure you're not bouncing without any control on that full stop area. We resist down. We spring back up with explosivity, but there's control to it. Strong should still have a sense of control in those smaller muscles. 3 left. You can go as low as you can maintain the integrity of spine. 2, be just a little way. Last one, I'll meet you somewhere in between. And then up quick. Bend your knees. Now we curl up that thoracic spine and rotate with a knee in. So just think bicycles here, rotating from one side. Out of the way, the rest of you guys carry on. This could be a really great option if it feels too big, that other exercise, or advance it. Just get rotating where you know you're not dropping down through the shoulder blade area, and find yourself looking behind at your back elbow. You may get a little more range there. I bet they look good. Here's the 5 count. 4, 3, keep going. 2, last one. Knees and chest, legs out long, slow reach out. Every transition is work today. Arms back, body stretch. 3 upward half curl lifts. So this is you. Lift just to here. Notice the arms are vertical. We try and get the shoulder blades up again. Reach back without the ribs lifting. When as soon as the arms are vertical, you're hoisting upwards and then looking straight down as your practice. Last one. As soon as the arms are vertical, you're lifting and looking. 1 roll up. Let's go, everybody. Any inversion you like. Nicely done. Place your hands beside your bottoms, friends, and really get those arms vertical and long. Sternum up, out and proud. Headlights are on full. Bend your legs so that they're tracking shoulder width apart, and put your heels down a little more than your toes. Lift yourself off a wee bit. Come back down. Lift yourself off. If you're good to go, I want you to thrust up into reverse tabletop. Peel the pelvis under towards the calves. Keep doing an anterior tilt of the pelvis as you lift your hips up. So your body is lengthening but also lifting. Release 1 foot to check those pelvic muscles. Just the 4 here, just the 4. We're still working while one part of our body is recovering and stretching. 1, 2, 3, 4. Resist slowly to come down, down, down. Place your hands across the shins. Practice finding your sits bones as you're releasing your legs. So you've got your sits bones. Even that feeling like, you know, when you're busting to go for a wee, that drawing up of the pelvic floor, I want you to do that at the same time, and you'll practice with this exercise. Double up the legs with your balance, straight spine. Now I want you to do a curled round spine as you rock back, pelvic floors in, and then up to balance. Now I've been getting some great feedback from my local cafe, Lady Jo. And she's saying these have gotten really improved over the last few weeks. So that's exciting, because that means there's a lot of her back getting flexion, deep core muscles, hamstrings, shoulders, lots going on with this one. Legs are always sinking back up. Hip positions everything here, so don't lead the way back here, not the nose out the way. Keep your back to do all the rounding. Turn on those deep abdominal abs. 2 more. Rounding back. Because you know your legs will naturally do this if you can't stretch. And you're thinking of my legs, oh my God, Sarah, I'm okay, I can't see you. Feet down, reach up, second time. Hold there 5 seconds, sort out your body. Find your alignment, neck is long. Ears are like earrings over your shoulders, but your shoulders are running away from your ears. So find your vertical lift. Tilt the pelvis under as you lean back, but one arm will round out wide to the side, making an offering. Pull this in, pull this in. Come up vertical. Good job, guys. Lean away. Life doesn't come at you always from front on, does it? And we need to be ready. When you do a twist and a turn, you've got core strength to stabilize your shoulder girdle and your pelvis, anything attached to what you're holding on to with that as well. Last one. Coming on up. Lay your body down, guys. Lay your body down, 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 down. Nice job. Let's get those legs up in the air. I feel like I'm just out on the picture there a little bit. All right, so your arms aren't doing anything other than just keeping a little bit of balance for your spine to stay neutral. You're maintaining your rib cage connection to your hips. And even if you don't know what the hell that means, it's the awareness is a big, huge step, isn't it? Calibrating your breath with your movement or marrying them up is very helpful in this exercise. So exhale as the weight gets heavier. Inhale to repeat at the top. Now, do take an idea about what your shoulders do. Mine tend to lift off like this, okay? Let them go. Trust that your lower core, hips and thighs are all connecting together, smoothing and toning and training that area. Use your knees if your legs are very resistant in being straight like mine. This is where I used to start out as well, trust me. You're getting the same load, just a little bit less heavier. About 2 more, guys. Can we slow those down? Really slow down and just be in the work here. Back of the neck has got its nice natural bridge here. Hands on top of wherever they meet, try and commit to that area, and then just spread them. Open fan, all right? I can say you can do a happy baby and rock around. So there's 2 different work here. One's to recover, one's to keep the work ethic in the workout. It's a triple pulse, crisscross at the top. A little bit of booty bar work while we're here, recovering, yeah? 1, 2, 3, criss and cross. Inner thigh, connection, stretch, and strength time. 2, 3, criss and cross. Open. 1, 2, 3, criss and cross. You are breathing, recovering, relaxing, while you work these little ribbons we call adductors on the inside of your leg. 2 more. And you can come down any way or a little bit like this. Oh, shunshmons. I'm going to take my time. Inch by inch. Keep going, guys. You can do it inch by inch, inch by inch, inch by inch, inch by inch. Toes flex, parallel legs, arms reach up. Can we roll up from here? I don't even know if I can. A bit of a whoosh up. Beautiful work. Keep those feet together. I'm just going to face you for a change up here. Bind up the ankles, bind up the knees, sit on your sits bones, move the flesh out of the way a little bit. Kind of know where the rim of your pelvis is here, so you know that you can shoot your vertebrae up on top. Hands behind your head. Don't be shifting the heels. Keep them glued together. We have triple pulse to the left and then the right. 1, 2, 3. It's minuscule. 1, 2, 3. You're trying to say to your spine, a little more, a little more, a little more. Higher, higher, higher. All right? If you're catching it in your shoulder blades, eventually this will improve and you'll get more into the spinal column. Not just flesh moving here, guys. It's your spines. It's the hardware as well. Last one here. Stay very tall. Separate everything. Turn and saw off your left toe. Now we begin with rotation and folding. We then move our brain into our shoulders, separating 2 different ways. We find our waist, we find our pelvic floors. We fold and let the exhalation of our breath kind of invoke that calming response on the tight spots of our lower back. Breath in, flush it out, massage those kidneys. Clear every toe on your foot. Keep it coming, guys, a little more. You can go through your whole day without kind of using your body in these shapes and spaces. This is why we want to keep our body supple and future-proof its mobility. Last one. Zip around onto your knees. So I'm going to do the Indian scoops today. I will go on a profile with this. Come back here a little more. Sit yourself back as if you're just about to touch your heels. Big pelvis tilt coming under. And then you can thigh stretch and pull the hips up over top of the knees. So once more, you're doing a little diagonal dart position with your spine, pulling all this in, ribs in line with the hips. Big anterior tilt of the pelvis. And then your headlights come from here, push forward. 4 more. At the same time, the tops of your ankles and shins are getting a really good little layout. Plus, we're using that mobility of our hips that you never want to lose. But mostly thigh stretches. Often we just do hinges here. Last one. Good work. Right toe out here, but turn it towards me. Keep this side of your body up nice and tall. I want you to do a little bit of a reach over to here. So just in your position here, you're pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then come over to the right. Nice mermaid stretch here. Now make sure the knee and the toes facing forward. We're going back a little more, stretching all through this right side of our body, lifting the underside as well. We pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7. Pull up through here, guys, all through here. 4, 3, 2, and then big stretch to the left. Your right. Side 2. Constantly moving, getting that metabolic response today. As we lean out, don't move and pulse until you know you're grabbing it and your body and your mind's eye has got through here this integrity. The pulsing comes second. It could just be a hold for you. You may need to put your hand on your hip to help a little bit of support. But these levers up here really do increase that intensity. 2 more. Come on over. You don't see my fingertips. Lift up, shoulders slide down behind your back. Everything's pulling in here, or muscles sufficiently are working out that way. Let's do 3 more, and then over. Nice to see. Pop onto hands and knees. Now I'm going to take you up into a plank. So if you're ever in the gym or doing anything, starting a plank and you're not sure if you're getting the target of this under here, right? Just pop into your toes and float the knees off, just for a few seconds, and you should definitely feel something under here. Stretch out the legs. There's your plank. If you're still not keen, stay here, guys. All I want you to do is slightly drift the body weight forward, so your chest or your heart becomes by your fingers instead of between your thumbs. So drift slightly forward. This is a very classic way of making our way down to the ground. Forward. Push back through your heels. There we go, 1 more. Bend your elbows. I'm going to come to my knees for my new friends today. Planking down like you would in yoga, down slowly all the way down so that your heart lands between your thumbs. Forehead down. Put all your weight onto your hip bones under here. Feet are slightly apart. Lift your face, lift your chest, and reach forward as if you're reaching for $1 million. And then down. Breath in. So this is your job here, and that is to try and feel like you're being pulled in 2 different directions. But adding a little more lift to get a few extra muscles in the back. So work on extension versus lift when you start out. Because if your arm's not working, it may be just up to here. That's wonderful. It's amazing how things look so simple, but your body is very much alerted to it, isn't it? Here's your lift, and then down. Here's your lift, and down. 2 hands behind the small of your back. I'm not going to do any sideways with the heads today. I'm just going to come from here to here. So the whole body learns to fire up like 1,000 firecrackers on your back. Come back down. Elbows go wide. Send hands long. Lift the knees off. Lift those thighs off. Lift the chest off. And then down. You know your back looks good when it's toned, right? Whew. One more. Up and lift. Hold those legs slightly apart. Swing the arms around to the front. Stay lifted if you can. Start a gentle little fluffing. Now, you guys at home who can do this for about 12 seconds. Otherwise, alternate arm, alternate leg, and just forget that pace that I'm doing. You're doing a few more of these. Here we go. Remember, the rhythm of breath helps you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Push back with your hands. Take a moment just to stop listening to my voice. Maybe your hands and shoulders need a little bit of an extra release so they can come here. Maybe you want to sneak in that shoulder area that you may not realize is tight. But tight pause is just as important as working in. So recovery, most certainly calming down your central nervous system by thoughts and by movement, is a really important life-giving skill. Move around onto your backs. So sunny side up. The same muscles that you're feeling quite hot here still, we're still going to use them, but layer in a bit more of the stabilizers we call the glutes, a lot stronger. You've probably seen a million of them on Instagram, but the booty bands, if you do have one, is a great one to put on if you have one at home. You can dash off and get that now. Push the hips high. We're going to start walking the feet first in the sense of lift here and back down. Now here's the objective. Imagine laying one of those little builders, is it a builder's balance rule, the little bubble in the middle, right across your hips. Don't move the bubble. So there's your ruler right across here. Don't tip it. Now, it's surprising, even if you feel really good with this, how on one side you are not aware that you're dipping. But just keep pushing upwards as you lift the leg. Now, this bit in front here has still got its connection. Okay, we're not bridging the back. This is still looking down towards our hips. But let's just begin to start to lift and hold. Now, if you feel okay pushing the leg up, I want you to actually just tap the bottom down and then keep that leg vertical and push back up. So we'll try here 8, 7. If it doesn't feel right, just quickly keep your foot under the knee. 5 more with the hands flat to the floor. It's like you're balancing a cup of tea on your foot, right? Those precious takeaway coffees maybe. Push it vertically high. 2 more. Big stretch here. Big work there, foot down. Stay up, stay up, stay up. Side 2, let's kiss the floor with the peach. 8, 7. So by now, the bottom of your foot under the knee, all 4 corners of that foot should be really assisting that ankle stability. Just doing those awesome movements that truly stimulate and fire up the muscle. That posterior chain is important to consistently train. 1 more, guys. And then push. And then release down, down, down. Now we're going to roll over next. So that means I need to hustle myself down this way a little bit. If you are new to rollovers, and you're kind of like just doing half and half of what I'm doing, this is perfectly good. These reverse curls are going to limber up your lower back for eventually really pushing it into a new place. Another way is to get here and get your hands on your bum, then your lower back, pull the tummy in and just hold and rest today. This could be you, and then you roll out of it. But whatever you do, you need to be safe with your neck. Here we go. Selecting your way of doing it. We're doing 5. Should we do 5? Roll down. So as you come down, there's a really good opportunity for you to articulate and get your abdominals to do what they're there for, supporting all your joints, your knees, even your hips, your glutes, pelvis bones, lower back, it's all happening. Now you're keeping an eye on your neck, right? Who's going to try to put any toes behind? Do it safely. Breath out. Stay and hold. Stay and hold. Even if you have to hang here, guys. For those at home, little lift off. For those doing a little bit more adventurous work, you could do a little bit of something like so. So there's a bit of playtime being inverted, and I'm probably rushing through this. Probably not going to like what I see, but I'm here doing it now anyway. All right, I need to be in the room with you for that one. Put one arm down. Let's roll down. Good job. Let's do some leg work. Lay on your left side. Smooth out your body, completely long line. Stack hips on hips, hand in your head here, front arm for support. Now you can, if you want to try something different, get off your waist and put more weight into your lats by putting one arm up here. I tend to have a bit of a practice system here, meeting everyone in the middle. We swing the leg to the front 5 times and 4. Notice my inside leg here is digging down into the floor for a little assistance. It's not easy staying on the side. And a good way to catch your breath. Heel on heel, point to lift, flex to lower. 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to carry on, but we're going to make them a little faster today. So you're going to get in the middle and just pulse. Try and catch it from the upper hip here down to that little part of your outer thigh. Just get the pulse action. We go to a little bit of heat. We keep the toe turned up a bit. We reach out through the lower leg. We gently give this navel a little bit of a telling off. Pull it in. It's not on holiday. Good. From little pulses up and down, we go into circles going forward. So forward circle 6, 5, 4. I'm getting a bit smaller because I'm going to knock my plant again. There we go. A bit of bashing this month. When you stop at the top, that just means we're going to go reverse. Now, a lot of folks tend to go right back behind their bodies. Please try and do a true circle. So look down the line, take a look at it, make sure it's not some funny oval or oblong or capital D. Hold the leg high, tuck it in today. Show your underline to your opponent, then drive the leg out. Donkey kicks. 6, 5, 4, 3, like a roundhouse kick. 2, hold the leg high, rotate that whole thing around. Now high, I mean really just slightly above this hip. Doesn't have to be a high cheerleader kick. When I turn my leg around, I'm trying to also shunt that leg down in that direction. Yep. You're getting the burn. Don't give up. Pick that leg up again. Do it again. Waiting for everyone to pick that leg up again and do it. Okay, now we can change. Change sides. Set up the foundation. I always say to my body, just pretend it like it's brand new and I've never done it before. See if you can get your alignments right. See, I'm sitting too far back. I've got to hit that hip on hip. Get the leg up to what I know is above this hip line. Swinging to the front. That first one usually gives you a good sign that you've set up your lower leg properly too. Now, the thing is also is to not let the shoulder juggle around. Now I'm talking, so I'm losing my regulator of breath. If that's such a word. 2, 6, point to lift, flex to lower. So these are actually high flexibility kicks because we do the meaty pulse work straight after these. So get working on just the control of the foot flexion, the stiffness of the knee, pulling up that patella, the firmness of all your muscles pulling into your bone, pelvic floors, ribs, the whole lot. Working your mind's eye through your form. There's a principle that we try and work in Pilates. Now we pulse, just here. The foot's really rigid, like as if you're having your stance of standing on the floor, so your ankle is flexed. When you're in a class, you tend to do a lot more than what you think you're capable of. When you're at home, you tend to tune in about all the sensations that are hurting. But it's good to be spurred on when you're in a class. So I hope to see you next week in the class. Circles forward. All right, there's the 6 number today. And 5. Brush past that bottom ankle. 2. Top is the stop. The other way. Emphasizing on that backward kick, sweeping forward and around. So you get the circular stirring motion. We did those in leg circles earlier on, just a different kind of view, really. Stop at the top, get your arm out the way if you need to. Aim your incoming opponent, drive it out. In, tuck it out. Social distancing, this is what you can do. Give them the boot. 3, 4, 5. I know it's starting to cook in there. Hold here and turn the toes up to the ceiling. Then you have the leg set, the seam of your pant to the ceiling, and then now the toes. So the whole leg rotates round. Still well. You can almost feel the lift under here as well. 2 more, guys. Doing good. Last one. Give it a good pat. Who's after some tummy flattening ideas? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to tone up all what we call that bra area, the serratus muscle, and we're also going to get some waist work done. So come onto your forearms. Hands wrap around one fist. I would like you guys just to take a look at my hip dips here. We're going to move left hip in, then the right hip in. And then we're going to move the chest down between the wrists and push up. Now this is the high way. Doing the other side? Absolutely. But I want you to really kind of exaggerate the pulling in as you do that. Lowering down and up. We're going to stay here a little bit longer. So come up onto those toes, looking forward without the head moving. A lot of my sports people tend to have that eyeball coordination and they want to drop their head left and right. I don't want you to do that. Look forward. Come down. Left hip. And then right hip. Woo, why did I say this? You know what? We're going to do one more because you're awesome and it's our last class together. Lower down and then up. Side sit on your right cheek. Bring your knees to the front of your mats. Separate your arms and just breathe. Pull up all the flesh in your arms. Move the body right over your pelvis. If you have to separate your legs a lot more, if you have to kind of set the legs out at the front, I'm fine with that. This is stretching to the right. We land. Beautiful mermaids. Bridge off the elbow. Left side will pull you all the way over to a lovely lateral bend. Inhale, lift. Landing. My class knows that when we get to here, it's the home straight, but we're going to slide into the finish line with some push-ups. Up. Little teaser in the front. So let's get those legs lifted. Sit on your bottom for balance. Arms move to the front. Find your balance. Holding here. I'll go on the side. Holding here. You want a slight round of your lower back. Lift up your body as much as you can. Lower lift the legs 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Sitting up, you may too. All right. Moving the body up here, lifting tall through the neck. Arms are on. There we go. Here's the inhale. Remember, we're doing that accordion exhale. We're going to pull all this in, giving ourselves room to fold over, blowing out the lower lobes. Breath in. Well, I'm just having you guys here with me. It's been a delightful experience. Yes. So I know you won't be able to see me, guys, but I'm going to stand up the official way as we do a stand up to a roll down and hold to a raggedy and first of the push-ups. So we begin to stand at the end of our mats. Give yourself a reach up. Feel the weight completely even out over the arches of your feet. And just like you would when you're doing a roll up on the mat, just do it in a standing way. So you're moving a different way. Tailbone still points down. At the last second, you'll feel like your sits bones will widen. And I want you to round your back going into a plank. So round your back like an animal. Round it, round it, round it. Come to a push-up position. Separate the legs if you want to. Or come down to your knees. Or bring it a little further. Let's get 8 done. And 7. At least it's not 25. 2 more. Lower to your knees. Give a little shake out. While you guys go. I always say to my guys in the class, go and high five someone who's wearing black or who has blue eyes or whatever. So thank you for joining me. It's been lovely to be here with you guys. We'll be disabling the on-stream live timetable on Sunday night, but please get onto that app, book your time for space at the gym, get into some classes. Thank you guys. Over and out.